I've worked with families who got through the entire probate process without much trouble and still felt completely stuck because the hard part was never the paperwork, it was the house. And that tends to catch people off guard because on paper, it looks straightforward. There's a will or there isn't. An executor gets appointed. Things move through the process and eventually everything gets wrapped up. But in real life, that's not where things get complicated. The moment the focus shifts to the house, that's when things tend to slow down because now you're dealing with decisions, not just process. Should we sell it or keep it? If we sell it, do we fix anything first or sell it as is? What price actually makes sense? And when everyone at the table may have a different opinion about what the home is worth, that's where things can start to stall. Not because anyone is doing anything wrong, but because everyone is coming at it from a slightly different place. For some, it's financial. For others, it's emotional. And sometimes it's both at the same time. That makes the conversations harder than they need to be. I've seen situations where everyone agreed the house should probably be sold. Everyone was on the same page about that, but nobody could agree on how actually to move forward. So nothing happened. And then the house just sat there. And here's what most families don't fully account for when that happens. Maintenance still exists. Insurance still has to be paid and the taxes don't stop. And that's something a lot of families don't see coming. When the county records the death, the homestead exemptions typically fall off, and that includes the over 65 and other disabled veteran exemptions, etc. So the property tax bill can end up being significantly higher than expected, sometimes from the very first bill after the loss. And that's on top of everything else the family is already dealing with. Over time, the condition of the home can start to decline too, not dramatically all at once, just gradually, and that can quietly impact what the home ultimately sells for when the family is finally ready to move forward. There's also something else that tends to show up around this time that a lot of families aren't expecting. Once probate is filed, that information becomes public record, which means you may start getting calls, texts, letters from people offering to buy the house quickly. Sometimes investors, sometimes agents, and I want to be fair about this because there are situations where a faster sale actually makes sense, but the issue isn't the option itself. It's making that decision before you've had a chance to slow down and really understand what all your options are. Because once you do slow it down and look at the full picture, the path forward usually becomes a lot clearer. And that's really what the house represents in a probate situation. Not just an asset, but a series of decisions that need to be made thoughtfully. And those decisions tend to shape how long the process takes, how smoothly things go between family members, and what the outcome actually looks like on the other side. So when people say probate is complicated, that's often what they're really feeling, the weight of those decisions, not the legal process itself. If you're in the middle of this right now, or you know it's coming, just know this part is normal. You don't have to rush through it, but you also don't want to let it sit longer than it needs to, because the longer it sits, the more variables start to come into play. The goal isn't to move fast, it's to move forward with clarity. If you haven't watched my video on whether you can sell a house during probate in Texas, that's a helpful place to start. And if you're in the San Antonio area and trying to figure out what to actually do with the house, I'm always happy to talk through it with you. You don't have to have all of the answers right now. You just want to make sure you're asking the right questions before the decisions get made.